Hey, this is Roz, and you're about to watch a video on pixel art. Okay, let's duplicate that, put it at the top, because it's gonna go in the back. Actually, it should be at the front then. We'll change that in a second. Cool. Yes, so this one is gonna need to go at the bottom of everything. Actually, maybe even under this, so I have some way of separating them. And I'll just disable that. And then this layer, duplicate it, move this over here too. And this will be here. And it's perfect because, you know, I have this black shape and I'm gonna reduce that opacity. But I know that's where the door is gonna be, but I still want a wall there, right? Because the door is actually not gonna be this whole black wall. It's really probably gonna be like this big, right? So then I still want the rock and all that. So I could create a new unique tile that's the door tile. Perfect. And duplicate this layer again. Make sure that that lines up, and then this should be on top, and then duplicate this layer again. That's the door layer, but it won't be a door on this side, it'll just be a regular wall. So no, as you can see, the only exception, so I have these, you know, tile, let me draw a new layer just to demonstrate that. I have, you know, tile number, this is not placed where it should be, so I can actually see this. Okay, I have tile number 1 there, tile number 2, 3, sorry, number 2 here. This one is a duplicate, this one's a duplicate. Number 3 will be this one. Again, this one's a duplicate, or it will be instance in the game. This one will be tile number 4, because this will be a door, so it's unique. This one's a duplicate, this one's a duplicate. So I'm making basically 4 unique textures, you know, but I'll cover all of this space with that, so it's still more optimal. I guess the best scenario that I could have done here is I could have made this wider here so that I could use same tile. However, that wouldn't have still not been ideal, just because I feel like I still would have wanted to make that unique, because since this is an edge here, I'm gonna undo a few steps. I'm gonna want to go in here and, you know, probably add some highlights and make this look like a corner, right? And maybe add some silhouette to that rock and make it look like a corner and make it look like it's on top of this back wall. And doing this, you know, kind of helps me do that extra polish. So using 4 textures there shouldn't be too bad. It's still atlased in a single large texture. And actually, probably that's a good point. All of this room is still probably gonna fit on a, probably on a 512 by 512 pixel atlas. I actually don't know how big this is. Yeah, this is 475 by 375. So even if I put this as is baked in, it's still less than a 512 atlas. But it actually might be significantly smaller as I tile everything. We'll see. But at most a 512 by 512, so it's not really a problem. Cool. Where was I before I started going on a rant? Bringing back these wood things. Great. Alright, so now I'll pay attention for a little bit at the walls, make sure that no weird tiling is really bothering me, and I don't think it is. I think this looks pretty good. I might, depending on what the rest of the room looks like, I might adjust the rock at the bottom, but I'm pretty happy with the stucco. It doesn't stick out too much. Okay, and this layer I can probably get rid of. I don't need it anymore. Alright, I'm gonna start unhiding layers the bed, and these blocker props haven't been finished. I don't even know what that was. That's the shadow. Well, not even shadow, that's the placeholder for that part. Yeah, and as you can see, you know, a lot of that wall is covered, so even less chances of anyone seeing what's tiling and what's not tiling there, or how noticeable the non-tiling parts are. Great. And as I do this, you know, you'll notice that after I probably finish the carpets and the floor, I'll want to put in some shadows around these props, because even though I have real-time lighting, I'm not going to use real-time shadows to cast shadows from these props. That would be a bit challenging and probably overkill. So I want some baked-in shadows on these props, especially because most likely I'll only use them here. So, but that will be the last thing I do as I finish all the props to kind of help everything blend in. Since I was thinking initially that I'd make that today would be about making this tileable wall and probably the door as well, but however, I feel like even though the door will be using the same pattern, and you know, the stucco and whatnot, I kind of want to make a separate video for that. I've made a door video before, and I'll probably make this one slightly different just to have, you know, some variation on, and just a different type of tutorial as well. So that's what I'll do there. And I want to go back over here. Remember, if I was discussing that I wanted that tile in the corner here to be different because it will have like an outline and everything, but then I realized after I said that they're covered by these wood poles, so I actually don't need to do anything there. I just need to finish out the wood poles. But yeah, I'll undo that, hide that layer again, and I think I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna stop this video here because I'll make that, like I said, I'll make that video for the door something separate, a separate stream and a separate video, and then, you know, the carpet and the floor and whatnot. So with that in mind, thanks again for watching the stream. I just hit the 1 hour mark, so it's perfect timing. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. And don't forget to check out the game Dungeon Marauder on Steam. You can see it on your screen right now. Bye. Hey, if you enjoyed the content, leave a message below, like, and subscribe.